Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Yes, it's been 2 weeks. Today is 2 weeks since the last time I recorded the show and put it out. Actually, I want to say it might be 14 days. No, not 14 days. 16? I think it's 16. So, if you have seen my show Instagram, you know that the show Instagram or the personal Instagram, you know that we moved from our other house to the new house, and we live right next door to Allie's parents. I don't know if you can see behind me, but one of the baby's toys is right there. The vacuum is right there. The house is still a little bit in disarray. It's not as bad as it was. Thank you to Allie for picking up a lot of the stuff and moving everything. But yes, still trying to figure things out. We got the desk up. The studio is in the living room at the moment because it's a very small house. So we have to work with what we got. I think Allie's going to put blinds on this window right here. The blinds that we have. And a curtain so that the light doesn't come in. But I don't think it doesn't look, at least in my shot, doesn't look like it would bug anybody, but I don't know, who knows. Anyways, let's jump into the show. Remember, follow me on Instagram at The Jesus Show NTO. You can find me on Facebook. Type in The Jesus Show, not that one. On TikTok at The Jesus Show, not that one. YouTube, you can find me. Type in The Jesus Show, not that one. And email me your questions, comments, and concerns. The Jesus Show NTO at gmail.com. All right. I do have a lot to talk about. I don't think I'm going to cover everything that I want to talk about, but I'm going to try to talk about as much as I can. Also, if you hear more noise as I talk in the background, there's a main street right in front of us. And when I say it's not Main Street, the street is not called Main Street. But there is a high traffic street, right? Is that what you would say? That many people here in town use, and you can hear it. Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, I went to go see my cancer doctor, and we were talking, and they took some blood. They told me everything was good, even though now that I think about it, they haven't called me about my blood test results. Maybe I should call them. But my doctor was like, everything's looking good. You're looking great. I said, thank you very much. And the last time I had seen this doctor, my hematologist oncologist, was when I first got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's B-cell diffuse lymphoma in my right humerus. So it's been at least 10 years, or I think this year will be 10 years. So he's like, oh man, crazy. He's like, oh, you got a baby? We had the baby there. And I was like, yeah. So he's like, oh, wow. So it was very nice that he remembered me. And it was nice to see him. Something very reassuring he told me is that the type of cancer that I had, he says it rarely comes back. He goes, you can get it. Like he said, you can get a different form of cancer, obviously. He goes, but that one in particular, he goes, if you were able to get rid of it, or if you're able to have it go into remission, it normally doesn't flare up again. So I was like, well, that's a good, that's reassuring. And I remember him telling me, him and a couple other doctors, I don't know when I told you guys about my cancer story. Um, they used to use my case, right? Is that what I'm trying to say? I was a case study for the University of Rush Medical Center. They said because of the type of cancer, where it's located, um, my age, all different types of factors. Are like it's kind of baffling us. Um, so he did tell us, my doctor did tell us then that they would be using my case as a case study. He goes, every, I don't know what day it was. Let's say every Thursday, we go in and we have this big meeting within all the doctors or all the head doctors of each department. I bring up one of the case studies. I bring up is yours. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And he reminded me of that when we were out there. And then one of the questions, because he was, he asked me, he's like, is there anything you need to ask me? Is there anything you would like to know? And I go, yeah, there is something. I go, it's not concerning my cancer. I said, but I told him, I said, excuse me. Oh, also, I'm a little sick. So I can't really breathe from my nose. So I'm trying not to cough and all that good stuff. But if I do, I apologize. And I know I'm going to be a little sniffly. And once again, I apologize. But that's what you get. So he asked me if there's anything, any questions, comments I had for him. Excuse me. And I go, yeah, actually, hold on. Allie just came back with the boys. Sorry, Allie just came back with the boys. She's going to come in and she's probably going to make a little noise. So I told him, I said, hey, so when I check my heart rate, it says my resting heart rate will be anywhere from 38 to 42. And I said, is that a bad thing? And he goes, no. It's like, why would that be a bad thing? And I said, I don't know. I just feel like I told him, I said, I feel like it could be a bad thing. He goes, no, not at all. And he goes to tell me that Michael Jordan had, what did he say Michael Jordan's? Hold on there, buddy. It's okay. What? My doctor, he said Michael Jordan's heart rate was at 30, right?
Yeah, something like yours or whatever. Stupid.
Yeah. Shut up. He goes, he told me, he goes, oh yeah, I have it here in my notes. He goes, Michael Jordan's heart rate, resting heart rate, was 30, between 30 and 32. I went, oh, well, mine's 38. He goes, well, and I go, okay, well, there's something to shoot for. And I had just told him, so is it bad that it's that low? He goes, no, why would it be bad? I go, oh, because maybe 2 years ago now, I posted on my personal Instagram account, I posted an image or a screen grab. Screen grab? Am I really calling it screen grab now? Screenshot of what my resting heart rate was. And I think it was like 39. And I got like 7 messages from people. They're like, hey, just so you know, that's not good. You might want to get checked out. You might want to go see the doctor. That's not necessarily healthy. You shouldn't have a heart rate that low. And I thought to myself, first off, lies. Because I've seen many doctors. And I think, yeah, there was a point where I was feeling sick and shit, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Again, I think I told you guys about that part too. But my doctor did an EKG. They did a stress test. They did this. They did that. I remember them telling me like, "Oh man, your heart rate is really low." And I go, yeah. And they said, like, it takes a lot for you to, get to like 150, 160, 175. But yeah. And they go, oh, that means, you know, you have an efficient heart. Your heart's very healthy, strong, um, athletic, even though I don't look athletic. My body says that I am. So at that time I was like, yeah, cool. And then when these people were telling me like, oh man, you might wanna get checked out, I was like, what the fuck is your resting heart rate? And then some people were telling me shit that like, because Allie said,
What's mine?
what's your resting heart rate? Like 120?
Shut up.
What is it, like 70 or 80?
Yeah, like 70.
Yeah, 70. Which is, it's not bad. That's not a bad resting heart rate. But it's not 38 to 42. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad resting heart rate. I'm just saying it's not a great resting heart rate like mine. That's all I'm saying.
Is there a lot of feedback from me right now?
No, but when you talk like that, I can hear you.
Sorry.
That was funny. Hey, can you hear me?
That's not what I meant.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that part was funny. That people were telling me like, "Hey, we checked out. It might not be healthy." Like, okay, what's your resting heart rate? 90. Relax. But yeah. So Michael Jordan's his resting heart rate was 30. So my best so far has been 38. I got 8 points to drop. Then I can be like Mike. Oh yeah. So the last maybe like 2 weeks, I've gone to the gym. I've had to go to the gym later in the day, like when everybody goes, because Allie's like, you have to do this and you have, huh? Oh, she can hear me. My bad. No, I've been going later in the day, and it's when all the kids and everybody who's gotten out of work go, right? So they go at this time, and I've gone at between 5 and 6 p.m. and I'm like, oh my god. But gains is gym is life. Gotta get gains, all that good stuff. I'm there at the gym, and I see people asking other people, "Hey, can I jump in with you? How many sets do you have left?" And the person says, "Whatever." "Oh, can I jump in with you?" And I think to myself, "Fuck that shit. I absolutely hate that shit." First off, if I'm on a machine or if I'm on whatever it is that you want to use and you're annoyed that I'm using it and you want to jump in with me, go fuck yourself. Why? Because it's called being patient. It's called being able to share the equipment with everybody else. And it's called somebody else was there first. So fuck off. That's very plain and simple. The only time that I would condone and where I have said something to people is if I know for a fact, and yes, I've done this. There's been a couple times where there's a machine or something that I want to use, and these kids or this dumb person is just sitting around on the machine and they're on their phone. They're walking around talking to other people, not using the machine. They come back, they do like 4 half reps for that matter. And then they take like a 20-minute break to go back and do 10 seconds of work. When people do shit like that, that annoys me because I think to myself, if you're gonna fuck around, go fuck around on something else. So there has been times where here at the Y, I've come up to somebody and I go, "Hey, are you using this?" The last time it happened, I said, "Hey," it was a leg press machine. I said, "Hey, are you using this?" The guy goes, "Does it look like I'm using it?" And I go, no, that's why I'm asking. I said, because you're over there talking to those two girls. And he goes, well, yeah, I'm using it. I said, okay. So I walk away. And then I come back. And I had done leg extensions, leg curls. I did the ab machine. I did planks. I did wall sits. I did walking lunges. Oh, I went to the squat rack. And a lot of these workouts I do 2 at a time. So like I do something and then I do the other workout and then so I go back and forth. I try to be as efficient as possible with my workouts. So I'm doing a lot of these workouts or I'm doing a lot of different workouts, but that are taking time because when I'm squatting, let's say I go to the squat rack and I do, let's say I'm squatting 225. So I'll do like a 6x4, 6x5. After I'm done squatting, I'll do like a sumo um, dumbbell squat with like 100-pound dumbbell. Or I'll do, sometimes I squat with barefoot. And then do like something that's high rep, low weight or no weight. So like I get the heart rate going, but I also take breaks because I'm not crazy. You gonna go next door?
Hmm?
You gonna go next door?
Yeah, text me when you're done.
See, Allie's going next door to her parents' house. Oh, that's so cute, so nice. I'll text you.
Okay, that's right.
My point is, I do, like when I went to go ask this guy, hey, I had noticed he was on the machine and it was a while. It was at least 20 minutes. So then I said something. And then after the next set of time was maybe another 30 minutes had passed. So this guy had been on the machine. Shh. Hey, shut up. Hey, stop. So this time it's been about an hour. Let's say 50 minutes that this guy has been on this leg press machine. And I went back and I went, hey, are you done yet? How many more sets you got? And he tells me, well, I'll be done with it when I'm done with it. I said, okay, well, you've been on here for almost an hour. I said, and I've only seen you do 2 sets, 4 reps each time. So that's why I ask. Maybe hurry it up a little bit. So the guy gets mad. I don't know what he said because I walk, I have my headphones in. I walked away. I put it in. When I was initially walking away, I can hear him. Not hear him. I saw his mouth moving. I don't know what he said. But then maybe 2 minutes later, he walked away. And I just thought to myself, like, if you're not going to use the machine efficiently like that, get the fuck out of the way. But then also there's people that, there's people that go to the gym and they'll get in everybody's way, but they don't see that they're getting in everybody's way. It's really odd that there's a lot of people that are not situationally aware. It's really weird to me. And then there's also been times where there's been like 4 or 5 times recently. Well, 4 or 5 times total since I've been here at the Y. Recently, maybe like 3. I'll purposely start talking to people in Spanish so that it like throws them off and they're like, huh? And then they stop talking to me. Like I don't like when people talk to me at the gym. Just don't do it. Kristen's husband Jeff, when I see him, when we see each other, we'll give each other, hey. Or if we're close to each other, like, hey, what's going on? But that's it. And I like that about him because he's Jeff is a very busy man. He works hard, very busy. When he has his time for the gym, like he just needs to get it. And it's not just necessarily him working, just his whole day because he has, kids, the job, everything. Like he is busy. So when he has some free time to work out, he knows like I got to get this shit done now. So he doesn't fuck around. And I like that about him because like I said, when we see each other, we're like, "Hey, that's it." We don't, "Hey man, how you doing?" Never gets past "Hey" or "Hi." That's it. every every time I see Jeff and I say hi to him, which isn't a lot, but the few times I think, man, I wish everybody was like him. So yeah, don't. Oh yeah, but like another reason why I don't want people jumping in is because I don't want to sit. Like I don't want to have to wipe down your sweaty shit off the machine. Just wait till I'm done. And also, why do you want to use the machine after I'm done with it? I sweat a lot. Like this thing's full of water. If you were just go like, that's what it looks like. It's gross, especially on leg day. I'm profusely sweating. Just it's gross, fucking gross. um, I think I've shared with you guys. I fucking hate Florida. Florida. Florida is a trash dump. Fuck that place. That whole place. There's nothing good about Florida. When I think about Florida, like, yeah, okay, so it has Disney World. Disney World is not cool enough for me to excuse Florida's behavior. I know some cool people who live in Florida, but there's not enough of them to excuse Florida's behavior. Florida is fucking trash. I don't think I'm the only one that has said this, but fucking build a wall around fucking Florida. Those crazy ass people deserve to stay down there. And I thought about this again because recently I've done flights to Florida, to and from. God damn, dude, the people there. Holy shit. I mean, if a dumpster fire was a human being, Florida. People from Florida, dumpster fires. Just that, and 9 times out of 10 when I've been to Florida, anywhere in Florida, what, Tampa, Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers. I think that's it, right? I think that's all I've been. I don't know. The hotel AC sucks dick. I have to call down multiple times. Hey, the AC isn't working. Oh no, it should be working. Yeah, you're right. It should be, but it's not working. Give it a little bit. I've been in my room for an hour and it went from 75 to 76. It's not even getting cooler. Oh, well, it's going to take, well, then I normally tell, well, I'm a flight attendant. If I can't get rest, then I'm going to have to call out tomorrow or something. And then when my company asks me, well, what happened? I'm going to tell them, well, the hotel told me, oh, well, you know how you're supposed to be comfortable? They said, we don't care. That usually has the hotel do something a little quicker. Because there has been times where they go, well, there's nothing we can do. And I go, okay, well then. They go, hold on. And then it's like, oh, well, we have another room for you, or yeah, we'll have a mechanic come up or a maintenance guy come up. But just and it's a combination. It's the a lot of the people there don't know how to act. They're fucking garbage. It's always humid. And then to add all that, to add insult to injury, just these fucking laws and shit that Florida's trying to enact. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. This is what I don't understand about Republicans. And I'm not saying, by no means am I saying Democrats are perfect or better. Well, to me, Democrats are better. Um, but I have a lot of criticisms for them as well. But it's crazy that Republicans look at people and say freedom and, you know, oh, another one I was just telling Allie. Remember when Republicans, when when Trump got elected and everybody's like, haha, fuck your feelings, haha, fuck your feelings. Okay. But now Florida wants to ban certain areas of education, of studies, because it's going to make white kids feel bad? Huh? Well, these kids had nothing to do with slavery. Yeah, you're right. They didn't, but their ancestors did. They need to learn about it. We all need to learn about it. What is it? If we don't learn from the past, we're doomed to repeat it? These white kids are going to feel bad. Hey, guess what? Remember that fuck your feelings part? Yeah. Hey, fuck your feelings. I don't care. You know why people feel bad? Because there's something in them that they need to fix. Why do these students feel bad about slavery? My opinion, this is my opinion. I don't think the students have an issue with learning about racism and slavery. I think these white kids' parents, the parents, have some sort of guilt, have some sort of fear that they don't want their kids to hear because they're passing that shit on to them. It's fucking wild. Freedom of this, freedom of that. Oh no, censorship is bad, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but when they do it, the stupidity that these Republicans are spewing is insane. And for people that vote for them, for people that agree with them, to look at again, for people to go, oh, sit over here and fuck your feelings, but then on this side they're like, well, no, 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 we can't make people feel bad. Like, do you not understand how much of a hypocrite you are? And clearly they don't, because if they did, they wouldn't do stupid shit like that. But and then Texas, fucking A, dude. I feel Texas is on his way. I feel Texas is here. They can go this way or that way. Like, hey, let's stay on the good sane part of the road. Florida went that way. Maybe we shouldn't go. But yeah, fuck Florida. Fuck everything about Florida. There's nothing good about Florida. Moving on to shit human beings. Did you guys hear about the Manchester United player? His last name is Greenwood. Excuse me, I can't remember his first name. So I just saw that all charges. So he was accused of rape. I don't know all the details about it. But if I remember correctly, what I read was pretty disturbing. I don't know why the charges were dropped. And I try to be someone who looks at the facts of things. Um, like if somebody says, oh, that person raped, that guy, you know, raped this person or that person. I'm not one to go, oh, yep, they did it. No, I go, wait, hold on. What do we know? And then as you find shit out, you're like, oh, shit. Um, so I feel like I'm pretty level-headed about that. And there's many times where I've thought to myself, like, oh, no, I think this person did it. Or this person didn't do it. And then somebody else, whether it's a stranger, a friend, anybody, they go, well, no, but did you know about this? Did you know about that? And I go, no, I didn't. And I've changed my opinion many times where I go, yeah, that person did it, to, oh, shit, they didn't. Or, no, they didn't. Like, oh, shit, they did. But with this guy, like, I don't necessarily know how to feel about it. Because I think to myself, like, when you have all this proof, these stories, why would these people lie? And I tend to believe the victims because I am a victim of sexual assault. If you go back a couple episodes, I think it's called My Abuse. I talk about what my cousin did to me. But when people just automatically go, "Oh, that person's lying," like, yeah, but why? Why would that person lie? Because it's a very uncomfortable thing to fess up to, and it's nobody wants to walk around and go, "Guess what? I was sexually assaulted, and I feel good." No, none of that feels good. I can tell you from first-hand experience that shit does not feel good. Um, but like I started thinking to myself, like, so what does Manchester United do now? Do they keep the guy because all charges were dropped? So technically, he didn't do anything wrong in the eyes of the law. But then as a club, do you just welcome somebody back like that? Or you read, the victim's story, you read statements from other people about it, and you go, I think at that point is like, as a business, what do they do? Do they talk to other players? Like, hey, what do you feel about this? What do you think? Are you able to play with this guy? It's a weird situation. Um, yeah. Speaking about soccer, did you guys hear that Julian Araujo, he was supposed to go from the LA Galaxy to the Barcelona B team, and very, very dumb, very dumb. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. The transfer didn't go through because of an error. The last moments. I don't know what that error was. I know, I guess these big clubs still use fax machines. Why aren't contracts why aren't they scanned and sent in an email? Why aren't these contracts uploaded onto some sort of hosting site where the player and the other club who they're trying to manage with can digitally sign things and everything can be done digitally and almost instantaneously. Why are we still relying on fucking fax machines? If they really wanted to make this signing, everybody knows when the deadline is. Why are you waiting minutes before the deadline ends? I think it would be smart for each team to say, okay, here's the transfer deadline. If we don't have stuff done that we want to do within, I don't know, let's say an hour before let's say the deadline is at 12 in the afternoon, we need to have all business concluded by 11 a.m. No exceptions. Now, if within 15 minutes there's a player or a team that comes in and goes, hey, blah, 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 unexpectedly, yeah, you can do your dealings. If you can do it within the, trade window, do it. But what I don't understand is if a team wants a player, why are you waiting for the last fucking moment to do it? Makes no sense to me. And also, I think it was the LA Galaxy Instagram page. They jumped the gun saying that, oh, Julian Araujo has been, they finalized the deal to send him over to Dilly. And then 2 days later, it's like, nope, that didn't happen. Somebody fucked up with some paperwork. Like, huh? Wouldn't you think that you would wait to breaking news when it's confirmed, like 100%? I also found that stupid. The trading window shit needs to be better. Like, it needs to a whole lot better. Like, it sounds so archaic. I'm gonna fax you the paperwork so you guys can sign and then send back to us because, well, we don't have anything better. We're gonna have to rely on faxes. That's fucking dumb. If I was Julian Araujo, I would be utterly pissed. Utterly pissed. I'd say fuck everybody for like a day, and then I'd be like, well, I gotta get back to playing. But just, oh man, I can't even fathom what he must feel. Just like, fuck everybody. Oh, I just watched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever on one of my deadheads from San Fran to Houston, and man, did it make me cry. If you don't know, Chadwick Boseman, the lead who played the lead character, Black Panther, King T'Challa, he passed away in real life after a battle with cancer. So going into this movie, we all knew Chadwick Boseman wasn't going to be a part of it. Meaning, like his character's done. Like unless they were going to replace him, which, if I remember correctly, reading on either Deadline or the Hollywood Reporter, that they weren't going to replace him out of respect for him, which I think is and was a smart choice. Like, I'm sure there's many other black actors that would fucking kill it as the Black Panther. And maybe there might be a storyline sometime down the road where somebody else plays the Black Panther. But to be King T'Challa, that role, you never feel that ever again. So going into it, I knew, like, oh shit, okay. And the movie started. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, but also not spoiler alert, because I don't think I'm not gonna share anything that's gonna give it anything away. But you see T'Challa's funeral, and as they're walking through the streets of Wakanda, you see a couple images. You see an image of Chadwick Boseman, and that man, that got me. I was like, oh shit. I don't know what it was, man. I think it's because I know in real life he was battling cancer, and anytime I hear if I hear somebody beat cancer, I get super excited for him. I get super excited. And most of the time it's strangers. Like somebody goes, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And I go, what? Really? Oh, hell yeah. Get really excited. It makes me happy because I think, okay, like yeah, somebody survived. And then a lot of the times when people tell me, again, even if it's a stranger, when people tell me like, oh, they died of cancer, I can get real emotional. I'm like, fuck. And I don't like asking. I ask sometimes. But I'd be like, oh man, what kind of cancer did they have? This, that, whatever. And then sometimes it's, like I ask, but I'm like, fuck, man. It just sucks to hear it. But the movie definitely, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was better than the first one. But I think that's always hard. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a part 1 and part 2 that I went, oh, part 1 and part 2 were dope. I think I'd really have to think about it, but off the top of my head, I can't think about any movie like that. So just the other day, I was in Austin, and we went to a restaurant called Suerte. We were on our way to 6th Street, and the Uber driver said, oh, we asked the Uber driver, oh, like, what's on the streets? She goes, oh, there's this place, and they have really good tacos called Suerte. So she dropped us off there. We walk in, we get the tacos, and first off, they're 4 tacos. Slightly bigger than a street taco, but not big, but not small. Enough that the 4, when you get 4, I could have eaten 3 orders of them. Because I'm a bigger guy and I like to eat. Tacos were $23. I felt very bougie. But I got them. They were Wagyu beef. They had some delicious oil drizzled on them. I can't remember what kind it was. And some fresh guacamole. When I saw the price, I was like, When I saw them, the dogs are probably going to bark. In 3, 2, no, maybe? No, they did. Perfect. The baby just got here. So like I was like, but are they really that good? And then I ate them. Holy crap. Come here.
Make an appearance on Daddy's podcast.
Come here. Say hi to everybody.
Hey.
Say hi, everybody.
I'm tired. I'm cranky.
Say, my name is Athanasios, and I like to do this. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Giddy. Hey, Giddy. You gonna go Mimi's?
Yeah.
Oh, those are real tears. Okay, you can touch them real quick. Okay. Okay, go, Mama. Oh, also, I changed his diaper earlier, and he pooped out like this mega turd.
Well, it was a bunch of little turds.
It was little turds pushed together to make one mega turd. But yeah, these tacos were, holy shit, they were good. So if you're ever in Austin, go to 6th Street. I think it's before downtown, huh? What'd you say?
6th Street is the big street.
Yeah, I know. She acts like I go places for the first time ever, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's not in downtown. It's on the other side of the freeway. But yeah, Suerte. Tacos. Ooh-wee. Amazing. This point I really wanted to make sure that I got to. So the Super Bowl just passed. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles. It's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's second Super Bowl together. Congratulations. But here's something that I want to try to start. Super Bowl Sunday should be Tom Brady Day. You might be asking me, why should Super Bowl Sunday be Tom Brady Day? Let me explain it to you. Who has won the most Super Bowls ever in the history of the NFL? I'll give you a moment. That's right, Tom Brady. Tom Brady has won. Do you know how many he's won? That's right, 7. Yes, correct, 7. I believe he has. Hey, do you mind closing the door?
Sorry, hold on. Give me a second.
Okay. Sorry. Like I said, it's nap time, and the baby doesn't want to go down for his nap. Anyways, so Tom Brady has won the most Super Bowls, 7. The next people that have won the Super Bowl has been the Steelers. The Steelers, as a franchise, as a whole franchise, have won 6. Tom Brady has won 7. The New England Patriots have won 6. Tom Brady has won 7. I also believe Tom Brady has the most appearances in a Super Bowl ever. I think he's only lost 4 times. Won 7. So what? He's 7 for 4 in the Super Bowl? I hope my numbers are correct. Greg, cross-check me. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I think we should turn Super Bowl Sundays into Tom Brady Day. And it should be treated like the NFL New Year. Now, just so you know, I could care less about the NFL. My sport is soccer. I love me some soccer. I love soccer. But also, I feel like as a Super Bowl fantasy football champion, I feel like I know what I'm talking about. So maybe next year, and I'll remind you guys. Next year we, wherever you're watching Super Bowl, whether you're by yourself with a party of people, maybe put up a picture of Tom Brady, and maybe put 7 pictures up of Tom Brady. Each one of them a picture of him and his Super Bowl ring of that year. The 7th one, maybe get the picture of Tom Brady with all 7 Super Bowl rings and commemorate what a great accomplishment that is. What a mind-blowing, amazing accomplishment that is. When you greet people for Super Bowl, you say something to the effect of, "Hey man, may your year be as successful as Tom Brady's NFL career." Because he is the greatest of all time. Maybe refer to Brady as Saint Brady. Maybe wear shirts where it's, Tom Brady with a Saint halo on. Maybe have candles of him. Maybe do a little prayer. You know how in the Catholic Church they go, and everybody, and may your blessings and everything be so good, and may your year be blessed with everything that you want, and let the Lord open up and let your family love you, and let everybody love you, and you love everybody. Amen. And then everybody, Amen. Right? So you have something to that effect, right? So why don't we do Tom Brady prayers, right? Like this, like the one that comes to my head. Watch. Ready? Okay, pretend we're all hanging out at a Super Bowl party, and before the Super Bowl starts, let's say an hour before the Super Bowl starts, everybody's there, everybody has a drink, everybody has some food, and you know, somebody stands up and it'll go something like this. Hey everybody, I just want to thank everybody for coming to this year's Super Bowl party. Um, my team's gonna kick your team's ass. Fuck you guys, you suck. Ha. But really, let's give thanks for the person who has made all this greatness um, really happen, and that is Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady. Clearly, obviously, Tom Brady. Tom Brady. I know some of you guys don't like him, but you know he is the greatest of all time. Everybody else, oh, yeah, he is the greatest. Let's bow our heads and say a prayer to Saint Brady, and then everybody bows their heads. Oh, everybody starts. Oh, and then it goes like this. Ready? And then you go. Oh. Let us all remember the time when Tom Brady played the Atlanta Falcons in Houston, and the Atlanta Falcons were kicking the New England Patriots' ass, and people were getting super excited, and the Atlanta Falcons were celebrating at halftime as if they won the Super Bowl, and everybody was. Other Atlanta Falcon fans were going, "Oh my God, we're gonna win the Super Bowl!" And then we have such big lead. And then coming out of halftime, the Atlanta Falcons kept scoring, and they build their lead, and some of the people were saying, "Oh, it's not good. It's not looking good for Brady." And then out of nowhere, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, they started scoring, and they scored again, and they scored again, and they scored again, and then they were like, "Oh my God, are they really gonna come back?" And then they scored, and then they tied it. And then in overtime, Tom Brady got the ball, and the New England Patriots marched down the field. And then Tom Brady passed the ball to the guy, and then the guy scored a touchdown. And then the New England Patriots beat the Atlanta Falcons in overtime. And nobody thought it was going to happen because it was such a big point deficit. And Tom Brady won his Super Bowl again. Amen. Then everybody goes, Amen, because they're like, that's a great story. You're like, not only is it a story, but it's a prayer. Like, oh, he won. Then this is another idea. You go, same thing. Everybody, thanks for coming. Let's all bow our heads and give thanks to Saint Brady. Somebody else. And this one could be shorter. It doesn't have to be as long as the other one. But you can go, home. And again, everybody, home. And if you're at home, you can do it right now. You can. See, I'll start. Go ahead, you guys. Remember the time when Tom Brady was with the New England Patriots, and then the Patriots didn't want to give him money or something, or I really don't know what happened. And Tom Brady left the New England Patriots, and then he went to Tampa Bay, and everybody said he was crazy. And then some of the Florida analysts were saying that Tom Brady was never going to win a Super Bowl ever again because he was too old, and he just went to a new team, and he was going to have to get used to the system, and it was probably going to take a couple years if he had that many years because he was probably going to retire, and people were saying it's not going to happen. And then Tom Brady started playing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then the season went on, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, they keep winning!" And then but they lost, and then but they keep winning, and then they made it to the playoffs, and then they made it all the way to the Super Bowl, and people were saying, "This is crazy because no team has ever hosted it and won the Super Bowl, and I don't think it's gonna happen." And then the Kansas City Chiefs came into Tampa Bay, and then Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs, they played, and Tampa Bay beat them at home for the first time ever in life, meaning It was the first time that a host city and the host team was playing the same thing, and then they won because no, that's never happened ever again. But who would have counted them out because it was Tom Brady? And then that's when Tom Brady won his 7th Super Bowl ring. Amen. Amen. You see what I'm saying? Super Bowl Sunday should be Saint Brady Day for Tom Brady, to honor Tom Brady and his achievement. And I don't want to sound like an asshole, but after Mahomes just won his 2nd Super Bowl, on Instagram I saw different accounts posting like Mahomes wins his 2nd Super Bowl. What a goat. Huh? Mahomes won his 2nd one. You know, amazing. He's the greatest of all time. Do you not know what the greatest of all time means? It means the greatest of all time. The only greatest of all time that I know of in football is Saint Brady. If Mahomes doesn't have 7 Super Bowl rings, he's not the greatest of all times. And Mahomes doesn't even, he can't even, and not just Mahomes, I'm not trying to pick on Mahomes. Any NFL player from here until the end of time, because the record is going to be broken. We just don't know if it's going to be broken in our lifetimes. I don't think it's ever going to be broken in my lifetime. Maybe not in my son's lifetime. But the next person to be the greatest of all time is not going to need to win 7. They're going to need to win 8. They can tie, but to be the greatest of all time, they would have to win 8 Super Bowl rings. That's my opinion. And that's this week's show. Guys, thank you for coming back. Thank you for being very patient. Remember, tell everybody you know to listen to The Jesus Show, not that one. And I'll see you next week.